Welcome to today's morning flow. I want to invite you today to observe the approach you have in your yoga practice, especially to the poses that we do. So just take a moment to center yourself. Find an easy seated meditation pose. Connect the pointer finger and thumb. Pull your focus from the outside world inside. How does your body feel today? How can each posture that we go through can be an expression of yourself somehow? As we face the challenges that we meet, we expand our comfort with a sense of peace and calmness, so we can overcome our self-perceived limitations. Allow the breath to guide you. And when you lose the breath, how can you come back to it? Feel the breath traveling along the whole spine. Your focus will connect you to the real expression of this pose, of the practice. And maybe you can invite a focus of gratitude into each posture. Take 5 more deep breaths here. Invite this moment fully. Invite your presence. And guide your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Let's begin practice by chanting one Om together. Exhale all the air out and inhale to begin. Now you tune to your chest. Invite your personal intention into your practice this morning. Exhale, slowly release and open your eyes. Shift yourself back onto your mat in a tabletop position. Keep the knees hip-width apart. As you exhale, bring your nose to the knees, push into the hands, round the spine. Inhale, shift forward and arch, look up. Exhale, round and sit back over your heels. 2 more. Inhale, reach forward with your chest, look up. Exhale, push back. Last one. Inhale, shift your heart and chest forward. And exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale, neutral spine. Walk your feet back, come into your plank. Same here, shift back, bend the knees, push the nose to the knees. Inhale, roll forward, find a neutral spine in your plank. 2 more. Exhale, shift back, push into the hands, bow. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Last one. Exhale, push back, find a rounding in your upper spine. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Lower all the way down onto your mat, belly down. Hands underneath your shoulders, come onto your fingertips. Inhale, roll up 1 vertebra at a time for a little cobra. Exhale, forward. 2 more. You can come each time a little higher if that already feels good in your body. Otherwise, just stay with your expression, your breath. Last one, lift up. Exhale, forward. Hands next to the chest. Push yourself back into downward facing dog. Take a moment to arrive in your downward facing dog. Shake it out. Maybe shake your head out, your legs. Whatever feels good. And then walk your feet all the way together. Come onto your toes, let the heels fall to the right side to have a little side bend here. Inhale, shift back to center. Exhale to the other side, side bend, other direction. Inhale, back to your downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, bow forward. Bend your knees so you can give yourself a hug behind your thighs. You can just stay here and feel that cradling sensation. Otherwise, if you are ready for it, you can start extending your legs, but only as long as your belly is still touching the thighs. The head stays nice and loose. Stay for 3 more deep breaths here. Exhale, release. Bend the knees so you can come down all the way, sitting on your knees and toes. Bring your arms up and reach up. Take with your right hand your left wrist. And just lean to the right side. Keep the side body open, nice and long. Inhale, come up. Other side, grab your right wrist with your left hand. It's not so much about going so deep in the side bend yet, just for opening the rib cage. Inhale, come back up to your center. Interlace the hands behind the back, open your chest. Exhale, bow forward, forehead to the knees. If it's too much to interlace the hands, just grab the forearms. Inhale, roll back up, maybe slightly look up or bend back. And then exhale, forward. Inhale, come up. 1 more time, reach up and back. And exhale, bow forward. Let the hands become soft alongside of your body. If you want to untuck your toes to find yourself in a child's pose. Two more deep breaths here. Stay connected to your breath, to the rhythm in your body. Inhale, come up to sitting. Make sure the toes are untucked. Take with your left hand the right knee up so you find a stretch in the front of the shin. You can support with your right hand. If you don't need it, of course you can just float it free.
Exhale, release. Other side, right hand lifts the left knee. Keep the chest nice and open. See if you need the hand or not. Exhale, release.
Push your feet back into straight, your legs. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Keep them hip width apart. Inhale, bend your legs, lift the arms up. And exhale, roll down. 2 more. Inhale, lift the arms alongside of the ears. Exhale, roll forward. Last one. Inhale, lift the arms up. Butt sits back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep a bend in your knees as you roll up all the way to your standing position. Do some circles for your shoulders. Try to bring the movement just in the shoulders. And then involve the chest as well. Roll forward and back and the back. And maybe bend the knees at the same time. And then let's reverse it. Start with the shoulders only, rolling forward. Whichever direction you started with. And then let this wave travel through your whole body. How does it feel? And then release. Come to the front of the mat. Let's do some sun salutations to warm up our bodies even more. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into your plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Stay for 3 deep breaths here. Feel the grounding sensation in your hands and feet. Make sure the hips are the highest point. How does this position feel this morning? Just observe, take a simple note. Inhale, look forward, step to the front of the mat, halfway left. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up to standing Uttanasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, Uttanasana. Exhale, forward, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, roll up to your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. Do you need an exhale out of the mouth? Lift your right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, open your hip, heel to the glute. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, rotate, open the hip. One more. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward in between your legs. Stay in a low lunge. Take both arms around your right thigh. You could stay here or work on extending your right leg. You can switch between bending and extending. I like to do that a lot. But keep the belly connected to the thigh. And then stay with your knee in the bend variation. Let go of the arms. Come up into your high lunge. Open to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm towards your knee. Or if you're already warm, a little lower. Inhale, warrior 2, reach back, find the length in your right side body. Come back to center, warrior 2, find your focus here. Exhale, windle it down, vinyasa.
Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. And exhale, let it go. Change to the other side. Lift the left leg into straight, three-legged down dog. Exhale, open the hip, heel to the glutes. Inhale, parallel your hips, three-legged down dog. Exhale, open. Last one, inhale straight. Exhale, open. Inhale, back into straight. With your exhale, step it all the way to the front, low lunge. Find your knee in 90-degree over your ankle. Hug with both arms around the leg. Stay here, or range of motion, bending and extending the left leg. See how far you can go without losing the connection between the belly and the thigh. Feel your feet rooted on your mat. And next time you come forward, if you haven't stayed there, lift up into your high lunge. Open to the side, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to the knee or all the way down, right arm over your head. Expand. Inhale, warrior two, and reach back. Find your warrior two. Look to the front. Focus strong. Exhale, windlet down. Your vinyasa. All the way to downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift out of Uttanasana. Exhale, bow forward, full Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to standing Uttanasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Sit low in your chair, Utkatasana. Shift your weight onto the left side, lift the right knee up. And then take with both hands in front of the shin, give yourself a hug in the right knee. Open to warrior three, arms alongside of the body. Exhale, step it back, high lunge, both arms up. Hug around the left leg again. Stay in the bent version or extend, what felt better. We stay for 2 more deep breaths. Inhale, rebend, arms up, high lunge. Open to warrior two, gaze to the front. Exhale, extended side angle, your variation. Inhale, come up, and exhale, reach back. Reverse your warrior. Stay low in your left leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windle it down. All the way back to downward facing dog. If you need to skip the vinyasas, feel free to do so. 1 deep breath in your downward facing dog. Neutralize your body, neutralize your mind. And then step or float to the front of the mat. Halfway lift out of Uttanasana. Exhale, bow forward, full Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Arms alongside of the ears. Shift the weight onto the right leg, one-legged chair pose. Hug the left knee in. Hug around the front of the shin. From here, shift into warrior three. Arms alongside of the body, reach forward. Exhale, step back, high lunge. Find your variation of hugging your right leg. Bend version or straight. Where do you want to stay? Where do you feel the space? 1 more deep breath here. Then rebend if you were extended, both arms up, high lunge. Open into warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, your variation. Inhale, reach back up to warrior two with your exhale, lean back, find the length in your right rib cage. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windle it down. All the way back to downward facing dog. Your vinyasa variation. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. See if something changes as you move through the flow. Do you have expectations, or can you be open for what you feel right now? Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, full Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to standing Uttanasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, rebend into chair. Shift the weight onto the right leg, again one-legged chair. Hug the knee into the chest. Exhale, warrior three. From warrior three, find the hands down, standing split, lift the left leg as high as you can. Bend the left heel to the left glute. Take the right hand to hold the foot close to the buttocks. If you want to play with balance, you can take both hands to the foot. From here, we want to shift again into warrior three variation. You can do that with one hand or two. Then exhale, release the legs, step back into your high lunge. Open into warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back, reverse it. Find your warrior two one more time, extend the right leg. Exhale, let's go into Trikonasana. Make sure you keep the length in your right waist. One more deep breath here. Exhale, rebend, warrior two. Set your focus straight ahead. Exhale, both hands down. Plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. One deep breath here, maybe exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana. And exhale, full Uttanasana, bow forward. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Right foot lifts, shift the weight onto the left foot first. Exhale, hug it in. Open into your warrior three. Arms alongside of your body or forward. Exhale, both hands down, standing split. How high can you lift your right leg? Bend the heel to the glutes. Take your left hand to your foot to really feel the heel close to the glute. If you want to play with balance, take your right hand as well. Maybe open into this variation of warrior three. Otherwise, stay in any of the previous poses. Let go of the foot. Step back into high lunge. Open, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Expand, find space. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse it. Left side wide and open. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Exhale, Trikonasana on this side. Reach for up with your right arm to find more length. Inhale, come up. Exhale, rebend. One more breath in warrior two. Exhale, windle it down all the way to downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. Shake it out. Inhale, stepward jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, full Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to standing Urdhvastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Shift your weight onto your left leg again. But this time, keep your torso upright. And then try to connect the heel to the glute. Take a hold with your right hand. Both knees are parallel. Lean forward. Halfway until you can touch with your left hand to the mat. And then open into this variation of half moon. With the heel to the glute. Exhale. Bend forward, standing split variation with the hand on the foot. You can play with the same balance exercise, but this time bringing the left hand behind the left leg. Exhale, release the leg. Step into a forward fold, both feet parallel. Interlace your elbows, and just swing from side to side, maybe bend one leg at a time. Shake the head out, shake your torso out. Let go of the elbows, roll back up to a standing position. We try the same thing on the other side. Shift the weight onto the right leg, hug the left knee in. Upright standing position, push into the right foot. And then bring the heel to the glute. Catch the outside of your foot with your left hand. Reach forward with your chest. Heel stays closed until you can reach your right hand underneath the right shoulders. And then you want to open the hip into this variation of half moon. Rotate the hip. If you need to bend the standing leg, that's completely fine. One more breath. Exhale, we pull it back into center, into a forward fold. Right hand to the floor, lean forward. You can support with your right hand, or you can guide the right hand behind the right leg and lean forward. Exhale, release the foot, feet parallel again. Lean forward. Bring both of your hands underneath the feet. Feet touching all the way to the wrists. Lengthen halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Padastasana, elbows to the side. How relaxed is your neck? How relaxed is your jaw? Can you pull your belly a little closer to your thighs? Do you need to bend your legs? What is the expression of the pose for you right now? Inhale, lift up halfway. Bring the feet a little wider for a yogi squat. Elbows inside of the thighs, hands connecting in front of the chest. I give you 2 options here, or let's say 3. You can just stay here. You can bring the hands down for flying frog. And you want to Just lean forward and tap the toes. If you're more advanced, you can also do some frog jumps and maybe connect the feet on top. So the aim of this exercise is clapping your feet, either in a flying frog or in a handstand frog. Just 2 or 3 times, and then we find back into our Mulasana yogi squat. From here, you want to bring the hands to the ankles and come halfway up so your hips are in one line with the knees. As I'm pressing my elbows against the knees, I'm pressing also the knees back into the elbows for 3, 2, 1. Release, straighten the legs. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. And I like to keep my feet a little wider than the mat, but if you feel like it's more comfortable for you to go even wider, please feel free to do so. We want to walk the right hand to the right leg. And now imagine you want to arch your lower back to create a little bit more length. And as you exhale, try to hug your right leg with both of your arms. Maybe you can bring the belly to the thigh. Inhale, release, come back to center, left hand outside of the left leg. Take the right arm in front. Find that imaginary arch in your back to bring the belly button closer to the left thigh, and then lean over the left leg. Breathe deep here, see if there's any difference to the other side. Inhale, come back. Take the hands to the ankles again and sit. Lower one more time. Try to create length by lifting your sternum and your head forward. Come decompress your lower spine. And exhale, release. Walk your hands forward like in a wide-legged downward facing dog. I like to stay on my fingertips. And then just wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side until you find that point where you can sink into this pose. Try to bring your chest lower, your hips higher. Work with your breath. What do you have to engage to find more depth, and what do you have to let go of? And walk your hands back up. We go into the other direction. Walk your hands underneath your legs. See how you can create length. And then maybe walk the hands more back. It also helps to bend the legs, shift the hips up and compress a little more. Make sure the head and neck is released. And then stay in the pose that is comfortable and steady for you, where you can breathe. You want to have the legs so close that your head can hang free. Very nice. Walk the hands back to the front. Bring the legs together here. Halfway lift your spine. And exhale. Bow forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing Udvastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Sit back into your chair, Utkatasana, regular chair. Come onto the toes. Sit all the way down onto your heels with your glute. Hands in front of your chest. Let's do a simple twist here. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Keep the length in the spine. And it's a little harder to do that on the toes as we add the balance. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Can you connect your hands in front of your heart or your knees parallel? Inhale, come back, arms up. Try to sit without making any noise into your Navasana. And then try to hug the knees in, nose to the knees. Inhale, open up, low boat. Exhale, compress. Inhale, lengthen, look towards your toes. Exhale, hug yourself. 5 more like this. Work with your breath. And then stay in the compression and see if you can take the outside of your feet. And now you can either straighten one leg at a time or work towards straight, or you can try it with both legs. You can have a bend here. Maybe you can work towards straightening the legs all the way. If you are so flexible that you can straighten your legs, you can even pull yourself a little closer with the arms for just 3, 2, 1. Release the legs all the way down onto your mat. Lengthen your arms over the side and exhale. Find your forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Three more deep breaths here. Inhale, lift back up to steady. Bend your right leg. Bring it really close, the heel to the glutes. Bring your right arm up. Reach it forward in front of your leg. Maybe you can hook the left arm behind and catch the hands. If not, you can just bring the right arm forward and push against the shin. Marichyasana A, chest is reaching forward. If you have the space, you can bend forward a little bit as well. Try to avoid the right knee collapsing to the outside. One more deep breath here. Exhale, release. Let the right knee open to the side and bring the heel close to yourself. Both arms up. Exhale, lean forward, Janu Shirshasana. If your knee is coming up, you're welcome to bring something underneath or just open the foot a little more to the front. From here, bring the left arm inside of the left leg. Reach up with your right arm to the sky. Maybe that's enough, or you can place the hand behind the head, or you can reach towards the leg if you're really flexible in your side body. Inhale, come back up, bring your right hand just behind the hips, push into the right knee and lift the left arm up. Find the length in the front of the body. And exhale, release. Let's switch to the other side. Right leg forward. Left heel close as it will get. Left arm up. I like to push with my right arm so I can really bring my shoulder in front of the shin. Reach back with the left arm and the right. Reach forward with your chest, maybe lean forward or just keep sitting upright. How can you find comfort in the pose? How can this pose be an expression for yourself right now? And nobody can answer that question for you. You have to feel it out for yourself. One more deep breath here. Inhale, release the grip or the bind if you had it. Open the left knee to the side, parallel 90 degrees, heel it, both arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Janu Shirshasana. Breathe deep into the sensation that you feel. Allow yourself to melt into the depth of this practice. Inhale, lift up a little bit so you can bring your right arm and your right shoulder inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up. I like to push with my upper arm against my leg to find more opening in the left side body. If you have the space, you can work your arm towards the leg. Not necessary. If you feel already a good stretch in the previous poses, just stay there. Still early in the day. Side bending can be intense. Inhale, reach up. Place the left hand just behind the hip. Push into the left leg to open the right side again. Stay for one more breath. And exhale, release. Bring both legs to the front. And then cross your legs. Shift yourself back into your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. Exhale, bring the right leg down. Both legs down, come to standing on your knees. Left arm up, right arm reaches back to your heel. You can tuck the toes if that feels good. Reach up with your left arm. If you want to try, you can lift the right foot a little higher and work the foot close to the heel like we did before. Just an option. Exhale, release. Let's try the other side. Left hand to the left here, right arm up, half camel pose. Hips still forward, gaze faces up. If you want to try to catch your foot and pull it, closer to your glute, you can. Exhale, release. Shift yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose. Arms forward or alongside of your body. I always like to wiggle myself a little bit deeper into the pose. And what feels good to you. If you want, you can connect the hands behind the head for a reverse prayer and bring a stretch into the shoulders as well. We stay here for 5 more deep breaths. You're welcome to stay in the child's pose. Otherwise, I'm gonna guide you through a headstand because I love to bring my focus through my inversion practice into the day. Measure the distance by Placing the hands on opposite elbows, open the hands so you have a triangle in front of you. Place the crown of the head into that triangle and walk your feet as close as you feel your hips are over your shoulders. You can bring one leg in and the other into that package. If you feel stable here, you can lift all the way into your headstand. If that already feels super stable, just close your eyes and start to meditate here. I love the focus that we need if we bring our body upside down. The perspective changes, the perception changes. If you have the chance to bring yourself upside down once a day, I think that's really valuable and helps to focus yourself. Try to come back to your breath. Encourage yourself and trust yourself. If you're still up in the air, try to make a slow transition back to child's pose as a counter position. Here, if you stayed in child's pose, just give it 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back up to sitting on your heels. Interlace both of the hands behind the neck. Let the weight of the arms release the pressure in the back of the neck. Very nice. Roll back up. Take your right arm up and behind your head. So you can use the pressure of your head to press against your shoulder slightly. And on the other side, left upper arm behind the the head. And you just push with the head. This arm is actually not really needed, but I like to add some weight. And exhale, release. Roll back into your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand and move forward and back a little bit here, maybe side to side. For that, keep the left knee lifted. Then bring the left knee down and move to the outer edge of the foot and the inner edge. Shift from right to left. And then find the whole foot planted on the mat, left hand in one line with your foot. Reach back with your right hand to grab the outside of the foot. Stay here or really lean out, find the opening in the chest even more. Pull the right knee in so you stay on your whole foot. Look back if it's comfortable for your neck. If you want to go deeper, you can come onto the forearm or pull the heel closer to the glutes. Inhale, lift back up. Release the back leg. Come into a low lunge. Take both hands to the right thigh and push yourself away from the thigh so you create space between the belly and the thigh. Exhale, release, straighten the right leg and just windshield wipe the leg from right to left. Exhale, rebend, place the hands down, Step back into plank. If you want to do another vinyasa, you can. Otherwise, we just meet in downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it forward, outside of the left hand. Keep the right leg straight and just do some movements in every direction. And bring the right knee down, shift to the outer edge and inner edge of your left foot. And then right hand stays down, left arm reaches back to the outer edge of the foot. See if you want to stay here or increase by pushing the hand into the foot, or maybe pulling the foot towards the glutes. Which stretch do you need in this pose? Exhale, release. Come back into your low lunge. Both hands on your left thigh. Create pressure towards the front. Let the right psoas open by keeping the right knee on the floor. Exhale, release, straighten the left leg. Windshield wipe your leg from right to left. Exhale, rebend, place the hands down, step back, plank and vinyasa, or directly to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we just step it to the front, come into a sitting position so you can come all the way down to laying in Supta Baddha Konasana, so the soles of the feet are together, knees wide. Take a moment to just arrive in this pose. Let the knees become soft. Take your right leg up so you can catch the outside of the right foot for half happy baby, half Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your left hand to your left hip. You can either just stay here if that's already intense. Otherwise, you can work on straightening and bending the right leg. And I always feel like a little flopping action of my muscles in the back of my thigh. That's completely normal here. Maybe you want to stay in the extension for a breath. And then rebend the right leg, pull the right knee a little closer to the right shoulder. Inhale, straighten the right leg, pull the nose to the knee. And exhale, rebend, Supta Baddha Konasana, find the middle ground. Same thing on the other side, take the left leg up, left hand catches the outside of the foot. Stay here or work on bending and extending the left leg. What do you need? Make this practice feel good in your body. Maybe stay in the extension of the leg if it feels good. Inhale, pull it back in, pull the left knee a little closer to the left shoulder. And then straighten the left leg all the way up, pull the nose to the knees. Exhale, release. Baddha Konasana one more time. Feel if you found any release in the inside of the legs. Guide the knees together, left leg out straight in front, right leg up. Arms wide like a T in one line with your shoulders. Guide the left foot to the left side for a twist. Make sure the shoulders stay on the mat. Look over the right shoulder. Try to create length by breathing into the stretch. Inhale, pull it back up. Release the right leg down, left leg lifts. Other side, let the leg fall over to the left side, gaze to the left. Keep the shoulders down, pull the belly button into the spine. Inhale, lift back up. Right leg meets the left, both legs straight. Hold onto the back of the legs. Pull yourself closer, compress. Exhale, bend both legs, hug them in tight. Keep the nose to the knees. Inhale here. Hold your breath. And exhale, release into Shavasana, final resting pose. Allow your body to soften. Allow your mind to be free of thoughts. I invite you to stay as long as you like in this final resting pose. Feel what you need this morning. Thank you so much for joining me today, for allowing me to guide you through this flow. Namaste.